Biden and the Democrats are pushing accommodation at every angle in American and the world, and in America and the world are paying the price. Soft on crime prosecutors, accommodating criminals, nutty teachers and administrators in education, accommodating sexualization of children, and lowering education standards. Democrats accommodating illegal entrance into our country with these open border policies, Biden's weak foreign policy with Russia, and accommodating Iran with billions of dollars and pushing for more Israeli land have pulled us into two conflicts now. We are on the brink, people. We are no longer here to wake you up. Now it's about making you aware and telling you to prepare. All that and more next. Enemy territory here. Hello, hello, hello. It is Wednesday and it's time for Pop and Politics. We are talking about the latest in hot topics, news, and entertainment. I'm KJ, and as you guys always know, along with me is Crystal, T, and Shelly E. All right, we are live in the studio, and as I always say, join the conversation by leaving a comment on YouTube or Twitter. We will check the comments periodically throughout the show. That's actually YouTube or Facebook. And don't just comment, subscribe. Subscribe to our social media so you always know when we post new content. Also, if you like independent media, check us out on our website at www.popandpoliticslive.com. You can also go there to donate. We appreciate the support. Again, that's www.popandpoliticslive.com. We are a necessary voice in news and entertainment. All right, ladies, let's set it off.
Let's do it.
So tonight we are starting out talking about the conflict in Israel. The horrific details of Hamas's attacks on Israeli border communities are just coming to light. Additional details. I know you guys have, this has been all over the news over the past week, so I'm sure you guys are aware of the awful, horrific, evil murders that went on in Israel. So again, right here, the horrific details of Hamas's attacks on Israeli border communities are just coming to light, or actually more, and none are more shocking than the carnage in the small farming kibbutz of Kfar Aza, about 1 mile from the border boundary with Gaza. So the Israeli Defense Forces took a team of foreign press to the site Tuesday to document the slaughter, including the killing of children, women, and senior citizens. This is clip one. Take a look.
Different houses, these different communities, babies, their heads cut off. That's what they said. Hearing from one of the lead commanders here, it was anywhere from maybe 70 armed terrorists who made their way here from the Gaza border fence, which is less than a quarter of a mile away. And as I said, the atrocities that they committed, targeting these innocent civilians inside their homes.
All right. So that is just that clip does not even go a percentage point far enough to show all of the carnage, the death. I mean, women were raped so much so that they were bleeding from their rectums. I mean, kids were killed. It was awful. I mean, I personally think it was probably the most horrific thing I've ever seen in real life, other than movies. I want to start off with you tonight, Shelly. You've seen it all through the news reports. What response should we expect from Israel? What do you think? What response should they give to this?
Well, first, let me say this. There's no equivocation, at least not with me. Evil is evil.
And there needs to be a response by Israel. And I would say Israel goes to the length to ensure that innocent civilians are not just collateral damage or they're not targeted. That's what a moral nation does. But Israel does need to respond, and it will respond. I hope it does respond. And they will give the civilians, those of what I call these moral supremacists, moral equivalency supremacists, they will give and notify innocent civilians a chance to get out. But they are going in. Evil cannot exist to that extent. I'll save something for that. Go ahead.
Yeah, I want to get your thoughts on this, T. We did see Nikki Haley this week came out really strong. She said basically that Israel needs to end the Hamas. So end it. I don't know what she actually meant by that, but what do you think should be Israel's response?
So this Israel-Palestinian conflict has been going on for years. I mean, decades, actually. And it's like, who came first? They're playing a game of who came first, the chicken or the egg. And so how they should respond, they should respond. However, this is, the Palestinians, they want that land. And this is what they're doing to get the land. And this is what you do. I know we don't want to talk about war or have war or whatever, but this is what you do to get land. So they're doing what they are trying to do to get their land back or whatever they think that it is. So that's my take on it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. What are your thoughts there, Crystal? What do you think about, we saw what happened here?
Yeah, I mean, it's the carnage. I mean, the barbarianism. I mean, like, it really angers me because yes, war is a real life thing, but I guess when you start to do like your research and you start to really think about how hospitable, and I don't care what the media is saying, like hospitable that Israel has been to these people, and for Israel to provide them water and to provide them electricity, and you do this. And the reason why they are cut off, because as Shelley mentioned, like they go hard. I mean, like they go hard. And sometimes you're trying to make, treaties with them. I mean, I can imagine I think it was Ben Shapiro that said, like, Israel would love to have peaceful borders. I mean, like, who wouldn't want to have enjoy their neighbors and say, hi, how are you doing? But when people are hell-bent on
eradicating.
Yes, then I mean, yeah, like
I want to respond to what T said. That this is what you do to get land. No, it's not.
No.
It's called having negotiations. But you cannot have negotiations with uncivilized people. If one side wants you off the map, there is no conversation that you're going to have, because these are irrational, murderous people. So there's no meeting of the mind, so to speak. There's no, coming to the middle when one side is determined to literally wipe you off the face of the map.
And I go back to my statement. That's what you do when you want the land. You go and take it.
And
I didn't say anything about meeting of the minds, because obviously that's out of the question here. But this has been going on for a long time. And going back to what you said, I don't trust the media.
Mm-hmm.
I don't trust them to give us an accurate, unbiased opinion on or take a perspective on what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
But you do know that the videos that have come out, most of the videos that have come out are from the terror of Hamas. They posted them online,
of course, because they're doing real time stuff. Like it's happening now. So I don't trust the media as far as their unbiased perspective on Israeli or Palestinians and who's doing what to who and who's been doing that to who.
So you don't believe
I don't know
this
anything.
Stuff was going on? You don't believe that
it's been going on for years?
But I don't trust
the perspective.
Saturday, where you don't believe 40 babies were decapitated?
Yeah, I'm sure it all happened. I'm not saying I don't believe them. I'm just saying I don't believe the bias or perspectives of the media when they're saying.
So this, what I'm saying, is not a media perspective. This is Shelley's perspective, and whomever else is, whether or not you agree or not. These are our perspectives, not just the media's. But most of the carnage that we have seen has been posted. It was initially posted by the terrorists, Hamas, maybe Hezbollah, however they're coming in from the north. But again, this is this moral, what I call
call moral equivalency supremacy, since everything is supremacy now, that people can't even just call evil, regardless of what side you may land on, whatever that means. But evil is evil. And when you are decapitating babies, when you are disemboweling pregnant women and having their fetus lying beside them with the umbilical cord still attached, when you are kidnapping, brutalizing, raping grandmothers, burning fathers alive, what do people think evil is? I mean, if this is not evil, if you can't call this evil, I don't know what we can call evil.
Who says it's not evil?
Well,
Who says it's not evil?
I respect her point because the media has not been trustworthy. So I respect your point. But what I'm going to go to is a word that seems to be forgotten in today's time with these idiots sometimes that frustrate me. And the word is called ally. Ally. Okay. So that means alliance. That means the only way we survive in this world, if we have friends, if we have relationships. And so we, as a people who live here, if you don't want to live here, go. If you don't want them to be your ally, fine, go. But if you live here and you enjoy your AC and you enjoy your heat that is provided for you by the nation the nation provides it to you, because we are a free nation. Israel is our ally in the Middle East, and we have to back them, and we have to just take it for what it is. I mean, I understand. And trust me, let me tell you something. You want a Judeo-Christian nation as your ally, because I can tell you, and most of y'all watched Aladdin. Other nations, you know what happened when Jasmine tried to steal the little fruit?
Right.
Okay?
That's true.
I'm telling you, there's no better ally than a person who shares your values. And y'all smashing and grabbing and stuff like that, get ready to get your foot and your hand cut off.
You mentioned earlier, Crystal, that someone said, and again, I'm quoting Dennis Prager. Think about it this way. If Israel lays down its arms, there will be hell, literally hell on earth. But if Hamas and all the other terrorists that surround Israel lay down their arms, there's instant peace. There's instant peace. So you think of it that way. But I'm going to go even a step further. Most Americans, I would contend, I'm going to say many Americans have what I'm calling, what was the movie? A Few Good Men. We're under this blanket that is provided for us by many of the men and women in uniform, American Israelis, that provide this blanket, and we like to be in our little cozy, warm fuzzies and have zero clue of how the rest of the world operates. See, we take our comfort and our protection and talk about the Iron Dome, this dome that the military provides for us. We take it for granted, and then we sit back smug and arrogantly and say, it's been going on for years. Yeah, they've been slaughtering people for years. What do you think they were doing after 9/11? I mean, and even before then, but certainly after 9/11, they broadcast their terror. They broadcast literally burning people alive in cages, literally beheading people. They broadcast this. So this being nice, trying to be, unbiased and whatever. There's a time to not be, to be unbiased. There's a time to be biased, to take a stand. There's a time to be hot and cold. Maybe sometimes there's a middle ground, but I don't think this one is one of those times.
Agreed.
Yeah,
Agreed.
And you mentioned, here we're talking about you and Crystal and Shelley mentioned here in America. Let's go to what's going on in America, the response from everyday Americans. This is clip number 2. Take a look here.
I spoke to a guy before this, and he said America first. You weren't happy with that. Why?
Israel would not exist without America.
So no America first for you?
No.
Are you an American?
Yes.
And you don't want to put America first?
No.
Is this an idiot woman or what?
I don't understand what is she saying?
So she's
Israel
saying this is what we've seen now. So we've kind of seen this divide here in America where especially in the Black community I've seen. So Black people have, and I'm going to say idiotically, they have latched on this idea of anybody brown. It's almost like Kool-Aid back in the day. People would say, what kind of Kool-Aid you want? Give me the red. And that could be cherry, strawberry, or any other type. It's like, this is how Black people are in America. So Black Americans, they're like, brown, I see a brown person, oh, I'm on their side. And they see Israelis who are generally, look more white or European. And they're kind of, you can see an Arab looking, Israeli, but I don't want them, or I'm not on their side.
Right.
And then they put this kind of oppress and
Right.
that is a bias.
Again,
and nobody even understands
being
the
oppressed
history.
and being a victim, it pays for
Right,
that.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so, but again, this woman, she's being interviewed and they ask her, she's equating Israel with America. She lives in America, but she's still against Israel. It didn't make sense.
Oh, I think she was, okay, correct me. She was saying that there's no America, meaning like we have to intervene.
No, what she's saying, they hate America. Let's get real. They hate America. There are many people in college.
Right.
She is here. Yeah. There are many people here, come from here, immigrants, legally here, but they hate America. Not only that, we have people in our colleges, some of the most prestigious colleges. Talk about privilege. I contend that 99.99% of Americans, we are all privileged because we don't face what a lot of these people face every day. So we're all privileged. I told you before, I'm an American. Yeah, I wear my privilege well. I wear it. I love being an American. I'm thankful to be one. But from a lot of colleges, you have these student groups talking about death, gas the Jews and death to Israel.
But
these
they're
people
over there, right?
No, they're here.
They're here at Harvard, at Harvard University.
Harvard,
one of my
Chicago, Florida,
New York.
Yeah. One of my points, going back to what you said earlier about we have no idea how the other side of the world works and things. Lives. Okay. And what's going on over there. And this is my point. I've seen other perspectives from the Palestinians that said they're not getting this food and water and give you a piece of kumbaya. That's what they're saying.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, so I'm saying they're not saying that same perspective, but these are the same people, or, on the other end, they're like, oh, that's to Israel, whoever. But these people aren't saying, they're not getting the most. It's almost like Haitians and Dominicans.
And as far as the people in the Gaza Strip, why they say they're not getting it, some of the let's say the non-combatant ones, right? You know why they're not getting it? Because these people have voted the terrorists in charge. Yes. The terrorists' goal is to get Israel or not even just Israel, but they want to wipe Israel, and then they're coming for Americans off the map.
Yeah. No, they haven't gotten the stuff because they live in a socialistic society, and Israel is a democratic society. So they see all of this flourishing under the democratic society, and nothing is enough when it comes to these socialists. So you can give them free electricity, you can give them free water, you can give them free food,
give them jobs.
and they just keep consuming.
About that?
Yes, exactly. They just keep consuming, and then they get mad because they look out the window and they see prosperity. I wonder where that comes from. It comes from the society that the Israel has. It's pure jealousy.
And since 1948, at least, when Israel was formed, the Palestinians, Arabs, whatever, they have gotten billions, if not trillions, of aid dollars from all over.
But they're saying they don't want that. They want their land. They don't want the.
But you said that they didn't. They're not getting all of the resources. But I'm saying they have billions of dollars. They have not built up their society. They've been spending the resources on destroying the other side that they absolutely hate.
Yes, and they said that Egypt. Did you see Egypt?
Egypt
closed their borders. Egypt don't want them.
I ain't got nothing to do with this.
They don't want them. And because as much as we love socialism, you guys, it doesn't work.
And
it
Egypt
doesn't work.
Their friend.
Nothing.
And Egypt closed the border. Like, I don't want y'all here with this.
Don't come here with all of that. Yeah, don't come around here with that. And it is a testament to the policies that work, and then they're getting upset because they see the policies thriving, and it is unfortunate. But for people who are privileged over here to not take the side of their allies, I am telling you guys, Judeo-Christian values, you want to be aligned with those. You don't want to be having buildings. These people are like ruthless. Like, look at 9/11.
Does it have anything to do with religion at this point? Over here,
they just
mad.
Us?
Well, I think it does. I mean, just within the last week or so, and I was telling somebody this earlier today, I've seen so much anti-Semitism. I didn't even realize how many people hate Jews. I never realized that until
they hate prosperity. Jews,
I did not know that.
Jews are only a small percentage of the world, and they hold 60% of the world's wealth. Like, they don't like prosperity. People don't want to see you do well. I see it in the hood all the time. Like, this landlord, and this is controversial, but this landlord is giving you his place to live. We talk all kinds of crap about him. He want money. He want money. He paid for that place. He is provided a roof over your head.
These people hate what American and Israel stand for. They hate the Judeo-Christian values. They hate capitalism. They hate us. And Americans in particular, in this case, Americans don't get it. You cannot make nice with irrationality.
Well, look at this. And we talking about irrationality. I mean, Black Lives Matter came out. And I mean, the group.
From where? Where were they? Where have they been?
Hey,
now they want to come out and say something.
Well, of course, and they're on the side. They're on the side of Hamas.
Of course.
So they put out this graphic here
stuff.
that we know. Now you know that the terrorists Hamas came into Israel on hang gliders, and so they put out this hang glider ad or description and said they were backing Palestine. Black Lives Matter chapters have come under fire over posts supporting Palestinians after the Hamas terrorist attack. He said, and they put out a statement saying, as Black people continue to the fight to end militarism and mass incarceration in our communities, let us understand the resistance in Palestine as an attempt to tear down the gates of the world's largest open air prison. They also go on to say, as a radical Black organization grounded in abolitionist ideals, we see clear parallels between Black and Palestinian people.
Ain't nobody going to live there, though. Like, ain't nobody going to live there.
I want to say this regarding the land, talking about the fight over the land. Israel put its own citizens out of the area so that they can give Palestine this land. They talk about eminent domain. Israel had its own citizens angry with the government of Israel because they're saying, well, we live here. They said, no, in order for us to have peace, we're going to do this. If this is what it takes, they moved their own people out of their own houses so that they could give the Palestinians.
They still don't have control over it.
They have control over your own land and your own house, your own lives. That's the land that you agreed to, and this is the land we gave you.
The land they want.
Israel, I don't care what you want. I want your house. You want to give it to me?
It's not. No, I want the whole state. I want the whole country.
I want the whole.
I don't want the house. I want the whole country.
Because you want something. Because you want something.
I feel like it's mine.
I don't care.
And you took it from me.
Tell children that. Children need to hear the word no sometimes. No, it was not taken from them. And even if that's the case, let's say even if it's the case, Israel still has seeded up some. So they seeded up the land. They moved their own people off of the land where they were living and said, we're going to have, this is what it takes.
And you think that's enough?
Yeah, so I want your house when you
just said. You think that's enough?
I want your house when you look. I mean, I'm just saying. I want your house. I want
Israel. They're indigenous to the land. I don't want.
That's what I'm saying.
Exactly.
But they don't believe that, though.
Who cares?
Palestinians don't.
A lot of people don't believe in some things.
Yeah, people don't believe that they're man.
They say that they can have. They say right. They say they can have. They have to prove to say that they're the ones who's supposed to have this land.
Yeah, and
you're in our land. You need to get out.
Yeah, and I think that this is evident of what we are dealing with. We are dealing with people who are irrational because Israelis and Jewish people are indigenous to that to that land. And for me, it just kind of opens up the whole idea of borders. I could not imagine.
Oh man,
I cannot imagine living next door to people who are hostile to me and we just. No, you get what I'm saying? Like, yeah, to me, if anything, you guys, I'm telling you, listen to, this is very important that when you leave your borders open, you're vulnerable. And so for me, when I look at that, I'm like, who's to say they're not going to come over here because they mad at us?
Well,
because we're profitable.
Oh, they're already here.
That's what I'm saying.
They're already here.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
they're coming,
here.
and they're coming more coming.
We're allowing it.
Our border is wide open.
Wide open.
This administration, the Biden administration, should be impeached just for how they have handled our border. We, at this point,
anybody
strap up.
Yep.
Strap up. Protect your homes.
Load up.
Yeah, load up and get ready because they are here.
Yeah.
And it's just a matter of time.
That's a part of their plan, though. It has to be.
It is.
It has to be a part of the Biden administration and the Democrats' plan is to open up the borders so that we can be vulnerable to attack.
Attack.
Because
they don't love this
Benjamin
country.
Netanyahu is a conservative, and he had problems with the last administration. Well, the previous 44, he had problems with him, and so now 45 left, and they were good, and now 46 is here.
Here we go again.
And here we go again.
Well, I do want to talk about the conservatives. So we do have a situation here, as we started off at the top of the hour, where we've seen Ben Shapiro. He has been livid, as he should be. He's an Orthodox Jew, about what has gone on here. He has family that have been injured and friends that have been taken apart. Also, there are Americans that were kidnapped and killed in this conflict by Hamas terrorists. But we do see kind of a friction here in the conservative movement. Some are saying that, that is America First conservatives are saying that we should have no part in this. Even though they are our ally, let them do what they're going to do. I believe Vivek Ramaswamy came out and kind of said that on the Tucker Carlson show. What are you guys' thoughts on that?
I agree. This is just another situation. It could be like the same Ukraine situation. Let them handle it. And if need be, then we'll step in whenever the time we need to step in. But Israel hasn't been, doing what they should be doing on their own land. So let them handle it.
Go ahead first.
I think that this is the thing that irritates me about politics, is that they just get on one train and they ride that sucker till the wheels fall off. And America First is helping Israel. I mean, like, that's our only ally in the Middle East. Without that intelligence, without that land, we have no control over what they're doing over there. And just because you do not think, and I personally don't think that that Ukraine is an important enough ally for us to be dumping billions and billions of dollars, I can agree that Israel is a really important ally, as we stated, because of their military, because of their land, because their values, because of the money. What I think
because
it's insane.
Of the Bible.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
That's
when I say Bible, I mean values. But it's insane to me that we're even making a comparison when it comes to Ukraine. Conservatives, it's okay for you to change direction.
I think I'm going to quote someone again. I can't remember who said it, so forgive me, but it's not my quote. America First never means America only. And we've had allies, like you said, allies change we were allies with Russia at one time, right? So they do change depending on the circumstances. But this idea that America doesn't need to help anyone, and this is it's so foolish and it's so myopic. It's very, very narrow. And again, having good allies, particularly allies that are generally aligned with our values, is a good thing. Now, again, to the extent to which we go or help or whatever, that can be debated. Right. But to say that we don't need to help anybody, that is so foolish. It is so foolish and myopic. Again, America first. Yes, we should have an interest in whatever we're doing. Absolutely. But to say that America only, that's not what it means.
And that's not life. I'm telling you, if I'm walking out somewhere and I get jumped, you're not my friend. If you don't jump in and help me, you're not my friend. You might be a close associate. You might be a close associate. We might be cool, but I'm like, yo, you gonna just let them jump me like that? I'm telling you, there are those friends that if you are about to scrap, you have to get involved, or else you're not their friend. Right. That's the truth.
Well, we will continue to follow this story. I've said this, on my social media. I think they should, level it. The type of barbarism that we've seen on Saturday and throughout this week, I don't see how they can be neighbors with these type of people. I don't even see how.
Why do you think they haven't done anything yet?
Who?
If that's the case, if it's so barbaric and they're allowing it, really, they're allowing it to happen right now.
No, I think there's initial
response right now.
There's initial response.
Things are in motion and planned. I mean, they put up the initial to stop the initial carnage, but this is called military strategic operations.
Yeah, for sure.
So
but people are still dying at the same time.
Oh, absolutely. And again, when innocent people die, whatever side, innocent people dying is a horrible, heart-wrenching thing. But just because Israel has not gone in like right away, that's called strategy.
Yeah, because they're trying to figure out if they want to just level it. And I heard somebody say they should go boots on the ground. I don't know enough about foreign policy. Boots on the ground makes me nervous. I'm like, give the civilians enough time to get out.
Hiroshima,
like Hiroshima. Yeah, that's that. I'm with KJ. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Peace out. Good luck. It was nice knowing you.
Yeah. So
and I'm sorry. We gotta say, like you're saying, give them time to get out. Let it be known that when Israel does and has encouraged the civilians to get out, watch the terrorists try to keep them there.
Oh yeah, well, they already
use them
sent
as shields.
Yeah, Israel has been putting out alerts telling them to leave, and they have text messages from the people are getting text messages from Hamas saying don't leave, stay here. They've been very well noted to hide in hospitals in civilian areas.
They have their operations under the hospitals.
Yeah,
that's what they use.
Their headquarters.
These are irrational. That might be putting it mildly. These are walking evil. I'm not even saying people.
It reminded me of like monster, like zombies.
Yes, that's why I'm hesitant. I'm hesitant to call them evil. I think they're I'm saying only because we wrestle not against flesh and blood but against principalities. So I'm hesitant to call the people evil, but what they are doing is evil. And like you said, it's almost like they're entranced or something. Like they don't know another way.
If we can call women hoes because of what they do, we damn sure can call these people evil because of what they do.
I'm not opposed to it.
All right, we will continue to follow this story. So we are moving right along to our Counterview segment.
It's hard that you're cute and submissive. It's hard. I am a man repellent. It's hard because all I do is go to gay events and drag shows and anything to make a buck, save a buck. Anything to make a buck. It's hard.
One person on Facebook.
All right, so take a look here. This is The View this week, actually talking about the Israeli conflict. This is clip number 4.
And so I would like to know who's behind this, because it's very interesting that now I would think Putin is sitting back and saying, wow, well, they're going to send their money to Israel. So maybe they won't send them to Ukraine. They won't send the money to Ukraine now. I'm very suspicious of this. And what did Donald Trump tell Putin when he was in Helsinki? These are questions that need to be answered in this country. I would like to hear the answers to those questions. I'd like to know where the $6 billion came from. Yeah, well...
All right. So first of all, what was Sonny talking about? I want to know where the $6 billion came from. We know that the U.S. gave it to him.
She's intimating that again. Here we go. I forgot the honey this week.
Where's the honey?
Let me use my fingers. Here we go. They find any reason to spew Trump's name off their tongue. Trump feels good on their tongue and their throat.
Oh, love it.
It feels good going down. The name Trump feels good going down their throats. It really does. Oh my God. They find anything to link to this man.
Crazy.
Why? That was random to bring Donald Trump into it. Like what?
Well, they're saying that apparently Trump met with Putin in Helsinki. And somehow they believe that he may have talked him into funding this war with
Where did they get that from?
When
I
he was
don't know.
president, okay.
Yeah.
Newsflash: heads of state talk to heads of state.
Right.
Exactly.
And another newsflash: whatever he told them,
It
he
worked.
damn sure didn't invade
Right.
Ukraine
It worked.
on his watch.
Right.
Okay. Neither did Hamas come in
Right.
and invade Israel on his watch. Again, I think this is orgasmic for them to mention Trump. When they mention Trump, they get all tingly inside.
Yeah, it's just
Ooh.
it seems really weird to me that she would try to like insinuate when all Trump did was
Don't
Oh.
do
well,
that.
all he did
Not like that, Trump.
when all he did was try to promote his allies. He is a businessman. and
Right.
he understands. And
Businessman.
when you're a businessman and you're put in power to empower your allies, you do just that. And he probably told them
Who said it?
Don't
45.
Oh, yes. Thank you.
45 told them to probably leave.
Stop it, please.
Probably told Israel to
18
leave
and over.
these folks alone. He probably said, you know what?
Yeah.
Just leave them alone.
Not on my
And so
watch.
for her to insinuate, I mean, what she really needs to be going look is she probably should read a book.
Right.
She probably should read a book and understand what the Iran deal did to make this happen.
And that's what they're trying to, go ahead and
They don't
Read
talk
the
about that
book.
stuff. They don't talk
Read
about
a
that.
book.
And look at
I don't think
history.
they know about it.
I mean, we understand throughout the Trump's presidency. We
Please don't say his
gross
name
now. This
anymore.
is really gross. It's really gross. We didn't have any of these conflicts, but as soon as they give $6 billion to Iran, literally, what was it, 2 weeks? We get this.
They were always planning it. They have beef with Benjamin Netanyahu. They don't like conservatives. Period.
And
they
we
got
also
beef.
know that the Middle East was set to be peace in the Middle East
with Saudi Arabia.
Saudi Arabia was in negotiations with Israel to bring peace throughout the region.
Right.
They didn't want that to happen.
And talking about the oil, the money from oil that Iran has gotten. What was one of the first things that Biden, the demented guy, talking about the big guy? Well, he may not be bigger than Trump. The demented guy, demented guy, right?
Well, I don't want to think about that part.
One of the first things he did was shut down the Keystone oil pipeline, which means that look, you having a Trump reaction too in your throat. It's going down your throat.
Oh my God!
That's what
Maybe even Trump makes you gag.
She does.
Oh,
She does. All
Trump
right.
makes the ladies gag. You heard it here.
We are moving right along, but these ladies on The View are idiots.
Oh my goodness.
And they are obsessed with
People
the
should stop
previous
watching
president. Yes. But we do have our Counterview segment. We do this purposely to show you guys how idiotic
stupid
they
they
are and to correct the record, correct what they say, and respond and correct what they say. So that's the Counterview every Wednesday night. We do a Counterview. Again, this is Pop and Politics. If you are watching, please continue the comments and subscribe. Subscribe so you get up to the minute content when we post, and we appreciate the support. Oh my gosh, we just got a super chatter here.
Oh,
Yes, so thank you so much. That is, he says here, Giovanni. He says here, super sucker,
super sticker,
super sticker. Yeah, sorry, I can't read it.
super sucker. That's the View, the Trump.
Oh my God, you are weird.
She is a mess.
Yes. All right, we're moving right along. Okay, moving right along to Hillary Clinton. So Hillary Clinton is back in the news. She was recently being interviewed, and she said she believed that Donald Trump supporters. Good night. She believed that Donald Trump supporters should be deprogrammed. Take a look. This is clip number.
Flawless. And sadly, so many of those extremists, those MAGA extremists, take their marching orders from Donald Trump. He's only in it for himself. He's now defending himself in civil actions and criminal actions. And when do they break with him? Because at some point, maybe there needs to be a formal deprogramming of the cult members.
Oh. What? Deprogramming? We're the ones who are not programmed to this nonsense that they're spewing.
This is true.
Want to get your thoughts on this, Shelley?
Look, she called us MAGA deplorables, right? She called us deplorables. She's the same woman of many Democrats that go into the Black community and starts talking in these fake accents, pandering. But basically, she's still upset. And I think she's not only upset that she lost the election, I think she's upset because Trump didn't grab her pussy.
Oh,
Yes.
T, what are your thoughts?
Am I supposed to say something after that?
Are you programmed? Are you?
So,
do they have to? Do we have to go through some deprogramming?
I will say that partly I understand where she was coming from, because there are some people who are just Trump. However, I come from the grand old party, and before pre-Obama, I was a Republican. So I kind of missed that because Trump did disrupt. He disrupted. We need a sound for that. He disrupted the Republican Party as we knew it, as the grand old party. So going back to that and how we stood up for ourselves and all that, I want to get back to that. However, she does have a point that there is some type of a cult.
Okay. What do you respond to
Can
that?
we stop saying MAGA and
I
say
know.
what it means,
Right.
Hillary? Make America great again.
Mm-hmm.
You feel like those people need to be deprogrammed because they show allegiance to a person who actually committed to what they did and said what they meant and meant what they said and tried their best, even though you lied on him and you did all kinds of things to distract him. Y'all still doing all kinds of things to distract him. Y'all don't understand loyalty. You don't understand how people stand up, even though it's not popular. And you feel like those are the people that need to be deprogrammed. Sweetie, your husband and his
blue dress
sexual addictions, that probably needs to be deprogrammed. God bless you.
That is a good point, because they're the ones that keep their names in his mouth. They're the ones that need to be deprogrammed, because
it feels good going down.
Pause.
Yeah. Well, we will continue to follow that story. I'm sure we're going to see Hillary Clinton more and more.
I hope we don't.
Once we get
Where did she come from?
She comes out.
Who asked her
she
any
comes
questions?
out when Trump comes out,
and when it's election time.
She does what, KJ?
Don't say it, please.
She comes out when
45.
he comes out. I told
She
y'all.
just and it's so funny because that was her BFF.
Right,
That was
right,
her BFF.
right.
So she must be needing to deprogram too.
Right, exactly.
So she needs some deprogram.
There you go.
Because I'm sure Clinton ain't checking for her.
Nah.
So she,
I don't think she's checking for him.
well,
either.
you're right. She might want to
He
look.
got the heels on over there with Jeffrey Epstein
I know.
Oh,
Her with her pants
no.
and
in
her
the blue
pants,
dress.
sisters with
Talking
the
about,
pants.
y'all want to talk about Michelle Obama being a man? Y'all need to check out Hillary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, she was the original. Okay, we will continue to follow that story. Moving right along to RFK. So Robert F. Kennedy announced this week. He announced his run for president. He announced on Monday that he had already announced that he was running for president. He announced that he was running as an independent on Monday. So he has switched from the Democrat Party to independent for his 2024 White House bid. Kennedy, of course, is the son of the late Senator Robert F. Kennedy and nephew of former President John F. Kennedy, has cut into President Joe Biden's Democratic primary support throughout his campaign, which launched in April. So a new poll also reports in Reuters last week showed that he could hypothetically secure the votes of 1 in 7 voters in a matchup between himself, former President Donald Trump, and Biden. So I want to ask you ladies, now he's actually scheduled to appear at CPAC. That is the conservative Political Action Committee thing that we do every year for Republicans. He's going to be speaking there. Is this a bad move for Republicans?
I think we talked about this, I think last week or a couple of weeks ago, how there are some issues that are dividing the GOP, the Republican Party. And this idea of the vaccines is another one, right? I think we need to be a little bit more circumspect. As much as I am for RFK having his freedom of speech, I do agree, and I understand his level of research and his knowledge of how the vaccine process works and things like that. He is not a conservative.
Not at all.
He is not a conservative. That's one issue. One issue. Why he is speaking at CPAC, I don't know. We talked about this many times on the show, how the GOP, the conservatives, we're kind of all over the place now. Look at our Congress, not to mention that, right? But I don't think he needs to be profiled at CPAC. This is for conservatives to narrow down and hear from the people that are being nominated to represent conservatives or Republican side. I think this is wrong. I think this is a wrong move.
I disagree, because we keep talking about the independent vote.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a way to show bipartisanship with the independents.
Okay.
If we want their votes, I feel like this is a time for us to come together. If we have some similar, or we agree on similar issues, why not?
We don't agree.
We're not going to get the votes. He's going to get the votes.
Right.
And I think
But we could if we work together.
No, his one issue, the vaccines, is why many conservatives latch onto him, like him. And
not necessarily.
That's the primary one. That's the
right.
primary
That's the
one.
primary.
Okay, that's the
I
primary
think-
one.
I think that I'm intrigued by him. Here's why.
See, here we go.
Well, no, I'm 45 till I die.
Right.
Okay. However, I'm intrigued by him because I think he is what people are looking for, but sometimes what you're looking for is you just might get it.
Right.
And this is, I'm floating between opportunist to he actually really thinks that he can do all the things that he says he can do. He is pandering to conservatives. Like he's saying, don't give away their guns. I mean, like, don't give away their guns. You should have guns. But then he's saying, I'm pro-choice. And then I'm pro, like, I'm pro-choice. I'm pro-guns. I'm like, it's almost like he's like, I'm for everybody.
He's an independent.
I don't have a problem with him.
That's what independents do.
I love when he speaks and I can listen to him. I can take in a lot of things that he puts forward. I don't have a problem listening to him. I have a problem with him being profiled at CPAC.
We none of us, I think, have an issue with him as a person. The question that I'm asking all of you as Republicans is, should we be worried? And if we are, why is he speaking at the Republican conference?
I don't think I think conservatives actually want something like him, but he goes against all of the values that they say secretly, but they will say it out loud that, oh, well, I'm okay as long as, I think he's okay with, he's pro-choice except at 3 months. Like he wants a limitation of three months. And so he's saying all the things that I hear a lot of conservatives say. And I'm looking at them. I'm like, do you just not want to be called names? Do you just
they
not
just don't want crazy. People are tired of crazy. They're tired of volatile. They're tired of the mean tweets, whether it's a small thing to many, but it's not to a lot. They are tired. And we as a party have not provided the American people someone that is not crazy. I mean, the top of our ticket is Trump. And you can say, ooh, all you want, but you're going to be oohing by yourself with your own vibrator because he's not going to win.
Well, he's not going to win what, the primary?
He'll win the primary, but look at these numbers. I mean, this is a big problem. When you're talking about, the winner wins the independent votes. This guy, Kennedy, he, another metric here is he shows polling support from both men. Key metric, Kennedy has seen an advantage over both Biden and Trump when it comes to favorability. 47% of registered voters have a very or somewhat favorable opinion of him.
Right, but
this is higher than the favorability of ratings of Trump and Biden.
That's what I'm saying. But here's what I'm saying.
He presents as stable. He presents as quote unquote normal, if you will.
What's his track record?
That's what I'm saying. He presents this way because honestly, if you put his ideas up against Trump, it's really similar. I mean, it's really similar.
A lot of
it is similar. Trump is saying that he's pro-life, but really he always said that we need to negotiate and come up with a time of when it's too, he that's what I'm saying. Like a lot of the things that he's saying is conservative and he's presenting conservatively, but he's presenting like
an independent.
So
he's presenting like y'all are forgetting. Y'all are trying to make him a conservative when he's not. Yes, he's going to be a CPAC.
I think he's not a conservative.
That's because they figure that we should work together. But you can't compare the two because they aren't in the same category.
And I say the bottom line. We talked about this before, KJ and I. People, like you said, the people want. They tired of crazy. So again, it goes back to people vote on superficial. They're not really looking at the issues.
But he's not. I think that's where I have to push back on people is. He is a fighter. He is a new 45 is not crazy. He's
I'm not talking about.
No. What I'm saying, I'm saying people are tired. Like they're coming hit you with everything, and you start to fight back. I'm telling you, y'all are gonna see a different side right now. RFK is a fly. He's like a poop. He's not worried. But I'm telling you, the same thing that they did to Trump, they're going to do to him and anybody that comes against that agenda. And we're going to see a different side. You cannot play nice in the sandbox with these people. And that's what he thinks that he's getting ready to go up in there and do. Good luck, brother. Good luck. Good luck.
I think it's an indication, again, to me, having him at CPAC in particular is an indication of how discombobulated the Republican conservative party is.
Well, like what KJ said, we don't feel like we have a stable candidate, and so we're picking. You want to come?
No,
come on, let's go.
They've told us that we don't have
the Big Ten.
But they've told us we are afraid to be called names. We're afraid to be called MAGA, and they've told us that we don't have a stable candidate. And he has mean tweets, and we are falling for the booby trap. And I'm telling you guys, it's not going to end up so well for us with RFK. I mean, like some of his stances.
I agree.
I
agree. Yeah, I wouldn't vote for him.
No.
But
do the independents really have
how some people would, that are, just want somebody that's going to write the course, people. We
have voting on issues,
right? And not only that, but this climate is so divisive right now. When you talk to people and they can't go to their Christmas gathering with family because of all this divisiveness, a lot of people are just tired of that, especially women, especially a lot of these moms. These are the people that we have to, twist or change over, these independent voters, and they don't like Trump. He's got all these cases up right now, whether you agree that they should be, they're valid or not, they are.
Right.
He's going to be in court over the next couple of years. People don't want to deal with all of that. So they're looking for someone else. They see that the Republicans are going to put up Trump. They don't want old Biden.
Right.
And so they see this guy who's out here doing push-ups. He's got this crazy scraggly voice, but I mean,
and he has a family name.
Yeah, he does. He does have that.
And he's smart.
Politically,
He's very smart.
He has a chance in that he's representing independent. He's trying to reach the voters who want that stability. In that sense, he has a chance pulling votes from both sides. But I think most people ultimately, even Republicans, heart achingly, they're going to vote on superficial reasons. We're not digging into the issues.
I mean, like he's against unions. He wants a minimum wage increase every single year or however, he wants socialized healthcare, like every single thing that conservatives say they don't want. But then he'll say things like, but you can keep your guns. Like
he is a big hunter. He's a very big hunter. So I can see how he's done.
I want you to keep your guns for, I guess, within a certain realm.
Until that Congress tell you what you gonna do, sir.
What do the independents like? What is their platform? They just I mean, is that why they're just like, because they don't have primaries, because they don't have really a stand?
It depends on the issue. Depends on the issue.
I mean, together,
they're not just with. They don't vote Republican. They don't vote or Democrat.
I'm not talking about what they're voting. Like, what do they want?
Independents, to me, and y'all could disagree.
It organized.
Independents are conservatives that don't want to say they are.
Maybe a lot of them are.
Or they're conservatives that don't like Trump.
Or I mean, like these go against like he's even okay with like marijuana. And I'm sorry, I'm like so he's just like.
So what are you saying about marijuana?
Wow.
Oh,
there you have it. Look.
So does that not make me a Republican or conservative because I'm pro cannabis?
No.
What does it have?
You can be pro cannabis and be a Republican.
Okay,
but you're also a Republican and not a Christian. So that's
she's not a Christian.
No, I'm not.
So I'm just saying it's a little.
I know Christians that smoke weed.
I don't want to get.
I know preachers. I know preachers that smoke weed. So
I don't want to go.
It's not about religion.
But it's funny. It's funny when people tell other people they're not Christians. What is?
There's so
many. No. She proclaims not Christian.
I won't go.
No.
Not KJ's face over there.
I know, yeah.
No. Yeah, she only because she self-proclaimed not. I wasn't calling.
So you're judging me?
No, baby.
That's what it sounded like.
Not at all.
It sounded like a judgment.
Tell the truth. You are judging.
I mean, we judge people. It's okay to judge,
right? But that's what you all do.
I'm not judging as much as the tree is known by its fruit. And if you say that you claim the name of Christ, depart from sin. Sorry.
Oh, so a sin? Smoking weed is a sin?
Sorry.
Where's it in the Bible that it's a sin to smoke weed?
Oh, yeah, it's
called intoxication and drunkenness.
Yeah, you don't have to be intoxicated because you smoke up.
It's plenty of people who have pain every day.
I don't know. I don't smoke, but
I hear you.
Moving right along.
Look,
I
can see.
That's another topic for another day.
After the show.
Oh, sure, yeah, I'm with her there.
So independent.
I'm not for cannabis either.
Independent, of course. Independents. What about it now? So who are they? Like, what is their platform? And if so, okay, well, this guy just came like a phoenix rising from the ashes. Like, but he might take it too.
He might. I mean, I think he has as good a chance as any.
Because a lot of independents are like, we're independent now. We don't work with either one of them.
They're going to destroy him. I'm telling you.
Alpha Juice is over there laughing hysterically.
What did we say?
He have a comment. These cameras.
I'm just saying I'm not coming from air. What's it say?
I'm just saying I'm not coming up from air on the 3 on the left.
What's that mean?
Think about it.
I'm not coming up for air.
I don't know. I don't get it.
You're talking about
you heard. Think about it. Just let it marinate. Let it marinate.
All right, we'll keep on going. So we'll continue to follow this campaign.
Yeah, I do believe RFK. They're going to destroy him.
You said this.
I said that's what you do.
They're going to destroy him. RFK.
Ladies are
thank you, Chief.
Oh, thank you. All right. Well, we will continue to comment on it.
It's the blazer.
Oh yeah. You three have blaze. That's one thing. These three have one blazers.
Are we the ones on the left?
Comment though. You guys tell me, what does he mean?
We will talk about it after the
coming
show.
up for air.
After the show.
Okay.
Like
coming up for air.
No, he's just saying we're really beautiful.
And I'm not. Okay.
It's the blazer.
No.
You missed the memo.
We'll talk about it after the show.
Anyway, okay. All right. Last topic of the night.
When you suffocate someone, how do women suffocate men?
Pillows.
Pillows. But between what? All right. We'll explain later. Sorry.
Right. So we are moving right along.
I forgot.
To Mayor Adams. So we were talking about the border earlier on in the broadcast, but we're back at it. So Mayor Adams in New York disavowed his chief advisor's assertion over the weekend that the federal government should close the borders, saying on Tuesday that his administration's official position is the borders should remain open and that the feds should implement a decompression strategy to address the influx of migrants. So I'm confused here. I guess
if you're confused, that means that you're correct in your thinking.
So the guy's city is overrun with illegal immigrants. I mean, he was crying almost in tears a couple of weeks ago.
Did he go to Mexico to ask to keep the people over there, the illegals?
I don't know, but I know he was. We talked about
Yeah.
it. He was almost in tears, screaming, that this city is not going to be the same.
They got to him. He was talking too much. They had to sit him down and shut him up.
Ooh, so he was programmed.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. He was,
Yeah.
talk
Oh,
about
yeah.
programs.
yeah.
Yes.
He got called in
The
In the
board.
office. In
The
the
board
office.
syndrome.
Come here, you're doing too
Yeah.
much, sir. Sit your black tail down.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
We
And,
brought
and
you
he-
into
and
this
he's not,
position.
and he's not even taking up for his residents.
No. Mm-mm.
Damn them people.
Yeah.
They just pay the taxes.
Right.
Well, who are they? They just pay the taxes.
And they struggling. They really, really, really are struggling. But I'm telling you, the way that my heart just gets so glad about this because I'm so petty. Oh my God. Come on, muy bien. Y'all better learn some
speaking
Spanish.
Oh,
No, they
muy
better learn
bien.
some. Let me tell
They
you
better learn
something.
Spanish. sir.
I love that they're talking about this and poor southern states don't have to talk about it. I just love that they spending their day discussing this.
Southern states-
I love that you're in meetings talking about it.
Southern
I
states
love that
have
the
been-
hospitals are just all learning how to speak Spanish and learning tacos and taquillos and burritos. I
I
the
think you had
level
some
of
marijuana.
petty. The level of petty that I love. This is my level of petty.
Yeah, yeah.
I
So
love
the southern states are like, we've been trying to tell y'all the whole time. Now you're gonna dose up your own medicine and
Y'all just don't make y'all
Justice.
happy.
Yeah, it does.
No,
to me.
in a sinister
cool.
way, yes.
Yes.
But when you think about the real costs that are incurring
Oh, yeah.
across the country, not just
yeah.
in New York and Michigan, but real lives are being affected. And I'm talking about real American lives. And I'm talking about the illegal immigrants.
real
right?
lives. These real lives voted for him.
Exactly. Vote like
they
it.
did.
Vote
and
like
this is
it.
what again, New Yorkers. I can't see you taking this too much longer.
No,
I just don't see New Yorkers doing this. too much
They
longer.
are
gonna
out
start rioting.
protesting. They fought him on saying that
Right.
he wanted to do something about this because I'm telling you, these people are masochists and they would rather be in lockstep with
Yep.
what they think is right, this righteous indignation that they feel like, oh, I'm a good person because, and they ain't letting these people come live in their house. They keep jacking up the rent there's a reason they keep
Right.
jacking up the rent, and they don't have these people living in humane conditions. You was talking about kids in cages and all kinds of stuff. We don't know how these people are living out there. And I'm telling
On
you,
the street.
Baltimoreans better start looking out. I'm telling you, they're
Yeah.
coming right down the street because they cannot afford to
they
live there.
already here.
They
already
can't
here.
afford to live on Kamala. I mean, they putting them on Kamala Harris's lot. They coming right up the beltway. And y'all, I'm telling you, this is what you voted for. And if you do not begin to figure out, hey, what kind of future do I want for my children?
Right.
What do I want
What
it to
Mayor
be?
Adams is expressing reminds me of the Soros-funded prosecutors that continuously they don't prosecute the crimes, right? And then people are saying, we got too much crime. You got too much crime. Number one, you voted for them. Number one.
Yes.
Number two, they are removed from the consequences of the policies that they put forth.
Mm-hmm.
And then number three, there is no logic or accurate information you can prove to them because they are wed to their worldview. It's a religion.
Yes.
It is as much a religion as Judaism and Christianity.
Yeah.
And it is hard, damn near hard to get people to disavow their religion.
Well, it's not even to me. It's not even the worldview as much as, like I said, they just punks. Like they scared to be called a Trump supporter, scared to be called MAGA, scared to be called all these things. You scared to say, "Hey, I don't want that here. I don't want it."
Okay.
I met a white liberal, an 80-year-old white liberal last week or a couple of days ago, and she lives in Florida now, and she, the subject came about politics, and she started asking me, what do you think about abortion? I told her this. What do you think about this? What do you think of that? I was like, well, what do you think about immigration? He's like, well, I'm 80 years old. I feel like we should help everyone, the people who are oppressed. Who told you they're oppressed? These people are coming from a whole nother country. They got
mostly
all these,
young, healthy males.
all these things. They can work for themselves in their own countries illegally.
Right.
How are we going to help them? We can't even help ourselves. Well, we can help ourselves.
But you
We're
have
not.
This idea that the media, goes about telling these stories, these narratives, painting these narratives that they are oppressed, that most of them are asylum seekers, and it's just not true. It's just not true. And I'll tell you another thing. Down here in Baltimore, we do have a large Hispanic population. and the legal ones don't want these people coming here either.
Nope.
They don't want.
They know their cousins. They know their cousins.
Yeah. So,
and not only that, when they come, they sort of outbid them for the lower level money that they're already making. So then they'll take even the lower pay, which means that the ones who are here legally may be mostly unskilled. Then that they don't get the jobs.
Right.
So
Yeah,
there's
because
competition and cost to every one of these decisions. And you cannot reason. I'm talking about just basic information, data, and facts. You cannot get through to what you call them, the punks.
well, and talking about cost, we have here in Chicago, they're suing the mayor for his illegal immigration
Not
policy.
Democrat Chicago.
Yes.
Not that we love everybody, the Black Lives Matter and all of that. Not them.
Obama.
You mean to tell me they don't want the brown skins that speak Spanish? They don't want them?
Oh yeah.
Y'all fake. Y'all fake.
All right, so we
Convenient.
do have a super chatter here tonight. Thank you so much.
Oda.
So what does that say?
Oda
there?
Smith, she says, he says, y'all grown, y'all know what I mean. I'm something
Staying under for all. Wait,
I'm staying under for all four of you.
Oh,
He's talking about the earlier comment
about the air
Oh,
coming up
oh,
for
yeah.
air.
So he's staying under.
Oh,
So
okay.
somebody's on top.
Oh.
Coming up for air. Has it clicked yet?
I don't know. It's still
We'll talk about it.
I'm a
I'm
Christian.
calling you, Sean.
Parental discretion is advised.
Mr. KJ, I'm calling you out here.
All right. So that does it on the New York and Chicago and the open border policies. We will continue to follow this story, and it does it for the night. Any final thoughts, ladies? I'll start with you, Shelley.
Period.
T.
Yeah, this immigration thing. I still have one more comment. It's like we're beating a dead horse here. Yeah. We keep talking about it, but this is out of control.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Out of our control, out of our hands. Unless they close the border, and they're not going to do that, obviously. So I don't know if we should just let it be.
Yeah.
Let it be what
it is and what it's going to be.
I agree. But I do say have the courage of
you
your
say you
conviction.
agree. What did she mean?
She said, let them, why we keep fighting? Let them come and see the results of what happens with it.
We already see the results of what's happening.
Okay.
It's going to get worse.
That's what I'm saying. It's going to get worse.
Yeah, but
or maybe not.
So why should we not? Why should we just let them come and don't do anything?
How are we going to stop it?
We can't.
Biden needs to be impeached.
Yeah, but is that
I don't necessarily agree with that.
Can't even get it together.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we can't get it together. Once Biden's impeached, then what?
Yeah. I just think that we need to all have the courage of our convictions.
Kamala?
You know that something is not right. You know that these are things that you don't want. You would not do it in your own house. I don't care how charitable you are as a person. You're not going to let 5 or 6 people come and stay in your house and you don't know who they are. So you know what the right thing to do is, and don't let anybody manipulate you into believing that you're somehow a better person because you pick your children and your family first, period.
Yeah. All right. Well, that does it for us tonight. This brings us to the end of the show. Thank you so much for watching. Continue the conversation by checking us out on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, and subscribe. That way you get up-to-the-minute content when we post, and we appreciate the support. We are an independent media, and each time you subscribe, it makes our voice that much stronger. We are a necessary voice in news and entertainment. You can also check us out on our website at www.popandpoliticslive.com for up-to-date information. Until next time, count your blessings and live a life of purpose. Good night.
Good night.
Eat your veggies. Say it again. Trump.